All right. Well, happy New Year's. We're live. It's about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. You guys are probably going to start piling in any moment now. I didn't schedule this broadcast. It's kind of a last minute thing. A lot of you guys are asking me to do a video for the New Year's, specifically dealing with things like, resolutions and how do you make things happen. And Rich, what are your resolutions this year? Well, I'm not going to give you that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some older videos, which are right to the point and will deal with many of these things. So this won't be too long. This will probably take me like 10, 15 minutes. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining in. I see you're starting to pile in. There's about 100 viewers right now. So the first one I wanted to go over was a video that I did in 2016. Oh, wow. The beard is not even in on this one. I'm just going to post it in the chat, and I'm going to put it in a card up on the top right after the video is done rendering. So this one is titled Being Relentless versus New Year's Resolutions. A lot of guys will being relent. I got to do this while I work out. I need like a guy that takes care of this stuff for me. Hopefully in the future, maybe 2019, 2020, I'll have that. Versus New Year's resolutions. There we go. And I did this one a few years ago. I kind of went for a stroll in the middle of winter and brought a handheld with me. And I just wanted to define the importance of what being relentless actually means when it comes to yourselves as dudes. You'll notice, by the way, that the chat is on members only mode. It's a change I've made to the settings of live broadcasts. So for things like before the train wrecks, or if I do any one-on-one talks, I found that I spent a lot of time last year just playing whack-a-mole, dealing with just people that were just idiots, and I didn't want to deal with that anymore. So to simplify things for me, I've just set it up so that only community members can comment in there. There's a join button beside the subscribe button. So if you want to become a community member, participate in the live chats when I do broadcasts, that's what that's there for. So there's the first video, Being Relentless versus New Year's Resolution. I've already put the card up on the top right if you're watching the recording. Watch that. The second one is how to get better results out of life. And this has to do with a notion that was coined be, do, have. How to get better results out of life. What's up? Okay, I hope you guys had a good night last night. Didn't party your faces off too much. That's the second video. Again, for those of you that are just piling in, many of you have asked me to talk about my resolutions and New Year's tips. And this is what I've got for you guys. And the last one is, this one's got a lot more views, actually. It's how to make better decisions and get better results out of life. And I'll post that one. Better decisions and get better results. Boom. There you go. All right, so I'll put a card up on the top for those of you that watch this recording later on that aren't on live right now. You'll be able to check those out. They are worth your while. There's only 3 videos there. The first one, Being Relentless, is literally a 5-minute video. The next one's like less than 3 minutes, and the one after that's a little bit longer. It's 7 minutes. And I go into depth about what's required to hit those life goals, talking about things like New Year's resolutions, up in your game in life. One of the things that I'm adding, by the way, this year to my community members is I want more guys to broadcast their own story. A lot of guys last year in 2018 were asking me things like, how do I help other guys? How do I get the message out? How do I, red pill so-and-so in my family or friend or whatever? And I've said this before. I think that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And the great thing about YouTube is people go looking for answers on YouTube to try to solve problems or things that they're stuck on. So I'm going to create a private Facebook page for all of my community members, whether it's on the actual website, which is where most people sign up. There's also a community tab, which let me see if I can pull this up over here real quick to show you how that works, because I had this guy at YouTube encourage me to use this more. So let's see. Do I have a share screen icon here so I can share it? Yeah. Okay. And share. There it is. What if I pull this across here? Present to everyone. Okay, so, yeah, okay, so that's working. How about that, huh? No, that doesn't work, does it? Oh, man. Look, put it in behind. That should work. Anyway, so the community tab is the one that's going to get you what it is that you need to see. I'm just going to stop this because obviously I haven't got a clue what I'm doing right now with this setup. you get this YouTube coach that's helping you to set up your channel for future growth. And clearly, either I'm not listening or he's not describing it correctly. Anyway, the community tab, you join that. It's also the join button beside the subscribe button. Is $4.99 a month. It helps me create the content that I do. It also gives you access to comment in the live broadcasts. So again, only members can comment in there. I will put the link for the community that I'm building with the private Facebook page to help you guys broadcast. The whole point of it, again, is you guys are asking me, how do I share the message? How do I get the message out? How do I get people to hear what I want to talk about? Or they'll send me an email or a DM saying, Rich, you need to talk about this, or you need to cover this subject, or here's a link to an article I think you should talk about. I'm very guarded with my time and the things that I like to broadcast, but I want you guys to broadcast yourselves. I mean, the whole point of YouTube when it was created many, many years ago was broadcast yourself. You don't need much. You need a webcam and a microphone, and that's really it. And your stupid talking head can build an audience, you know, spreading messages and ideas to help guys live better lives. We live in an incredible hostile world today when it comes to the nature of masculinity and men in general. So if you have something you want to share, a story you'd like to broadcast, I mean, I did a coaching call last night with a guy that was basically zeroed out in a Me Too situation. He's got a great story. And I think if more of you guys were to broadcast your own stories, that would be a great way to kick off 2019, in my opinion, is rather than sending these things to content creators in the manosphere already. Like, I'm not saying stop doing it or stop sharing those ideas, but take the initiative. We all hit the exact same upload button on YouTube. We all hit the same live broadcast button on YouTube. So if you have something interesting to say and you have a way to get the message out, that's one thing that I'd like to encourage you guys to do in 2019 is share the message and spread ideas. So if you're already in my men's community, I had an overwhelming response from guys that wanted to participate in broadcasting their message. And on that community tab, I'll also post a link for the private Facebook page. So if you're in either one of those groups, you'll get access to all the stuff. I'll be sharing extra stuff for you guys when it comes to getting ideas out and spreading the word. Just on tips and things that I've learned. I don't want to make this a very long message for New Year's Eve. Again, I posted the links in the chat on the top right of the screen. You're going to end up seeing the information to click the cards to watch the videos. I can see over here in the chat, it says new member, welcome, Davish, welcome. I'm grateful that you've contributed to the member group. That's about it. So I'll be doing a live broadcast on Monday night for Before the Train Wreck again. Just grab my calendar here. It's on the 7th. That'll be around 8:30, 9 o'clock, but look for the event. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscription button and the notification bell, because apparently subscribing doesn't mean that much. You have to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of live events and live broadcasts. So the next one will be Monday, which will be Before the Train Wreck. I've got some regular content coming out, and of course, I've got some premium content from a men's community. We did one last week for goal setting for 2019. We actually have a member in the community that has an entire business built around goal setting and all the strategies that are involved in that. And I also shared my own personal tips with things like the vivid vision or the painted picture. Those are two very similar things, and vision boards as well. So I'll wrap it up on that note. Thanks for an amazing 2018, guys. I really hope some of you will take the initiative to broadcast yourselves in the coming year. You know, spread your own ideas and messages to guys out there that might benefit. And to those of you that have supported me in the community, either on my website or on the community tab, I'm grateful to it. We're going to keep building this thing out and have huger and bigger impact this year. See you guys later. Have an amazing 2019. Watch those videos and the cards up on the top right. See you later. Peace.